Okay folks, today is, forgot to do my calm. Today is the 17th, 15th, 18th, sorry. Siri was a bit slow. Today's the 18th of March. No, it's April, 18th of April, the month my daughter AK's born. I have KO here. You can't see him because he's sniffing some grass. That's what dogs do. He had a bit of a rough day yesterday because I had a real busy mom day. I was with AK, my daughter. We took her to Old Parliament House. If you don't know too much about Canberra, we have a Parliament House. We are democracy, and they have this great outdoors program for kids. So I took AK there, and then I was called into work, so I had to cancel all my Apple Store appointments because to be able to bring you all these great videos, I go to the Apple Store to learn how to, edit videos and work with all the new technologies, etc., etc. So I'm so sorry about the scarf. It is autumn, and I rarely do video blogs, but today I had the opportunity. So I thought I'll have some lunch with you, show you what my lunch is, because I've been successful in losing, let's see, I was 84. Then I was still successful in losing about 9 to 10 kilos. I was 84, then I went down to like 71, but the goal was 78. And I was on this Jason Fong method. He wrote a book called The Obesity Code. And my friend, who's now in South Africa, she's my beauty business partner, and she's a beauty educator. So she was asking me how I did it. And then before I knew it, they put me on olanzapine for like 3 to 4 weeks, and everything came rushing back because I had some PTSD. No one knows, if you don't know too much about my story, I had a PTSD moment in my life, and things were really hard. And when things get serious, I speak in a British accent, and when things get less serious, I speak in an American Canadian accent. But that's just more for the program. So today I'm gonna share to you a blog a little bit about, let's see, actually I'm gonna record it on my audio as well, so that then you have it on an audio recording as well. So again, today is April the 17th 2024, and today's blog is for those that are listening on SoundCloud and those that are tuning on YouTube, it's about the power of negotiation. And I was inspired to do this blog because A, I'm making lunch, and I'm going to show you my lunch, and I'm going to get to the blog. And B, I had heard back from a friend for the purpose of this blog. I'm going to make up their name because they are he, and we're going to call them Christian Slater. And Christian Slater is a lesbian mom with a beautiful partner and this beautiful little kid, and we talked about parenting and single mom parenting, and she's a very vibrant lady who owns, I think, her own cafe and barista business now in Darlinghurst in Sydney. I like how I say Darlinghurst in an Australian accent. And she initially opened her business at the same time as I did, so I opened Mama's Palms. What is it, sunshine? Do you want to be on the blog? Are you wanting to eat? Do you know it's for you? I have some chicken for you. Do you know that? Do you know that? You want some chicken? You've come here for chicken? Come. Do not tell anyone that I feed my dog chicken bones because it's so naughty. Dog. Here you go. Oh, he smelled it. He smelled the chicken. And we did this landmark leadership program. And I stayed really good friends with one gentleman who's now my business coach. And I'll give you links to blogs about him. He's called Aaron Nang. He does business entrepreneurship programs at UTS, and he's based in Piedmont. So if you want online or in-person business advice and you're local or you're international, contact Aaron. He's the best. And Nang is spelled exactly how it's not sound. It's Ngan. So yeah, so he's one of my landmark coaches, and I picked him up through an LSD leadership program. If you don't know too much about Landmark, we do all sorts of leadership and relationship programs. And I say we as if I work for them, but my sister, her name is Rain, and that's the Thai version of her name. And she is part of Landmark. So I went and did this program, and we were really inspired in opening this business, and we kind of opened the business at the same time. She was doing coffee in front of the hospital because they stayed open, and I was running the business, the spa business at the Australian National University at the time. And it was really tough because there was COVID and no one could come and use the spa treatments. But anyway, now I'm a beauty therapist and a beauty student. I have a 3-year-old, and today I'm going to show you my lunch. I have some Chico rolls here that I had made for my daughter, because they are kind of cabbage and barley and vegetables hidden with a bit of gluten. Then I've got some fried chicken here, and some bones for kale, and some wholemeal bread, and this kimchi that I know it looks like it's expired, but it's not expired because it says here Reed, which is where my school is, kimchi, fish, chili, and gluten. It's got Chinese cabbage, wombok, garlic, ginger, sugar, fish, soy, corn flour, salt, shallots, and chili. But it says that it's expired, but I just want to let you know that the science behind kimchi is that it's designed to be preserved, and you're meant to be able to eat it for like years. So what the Koreans did, because there was a lot of snow, they'd make the cabbage in their bathtubs because they took hot baths, the land of spa, same as Japan, and then they would wash the cabbages in the bathtub because they would do tons of it, and then they will pre-chop these vegetables, and there's kimchi not just in cabbages but a wombok, but they kimchi in all sorts of vegetables, right? And it's fantastic, and they preserve it in this way with this fish sauce and with this salt and this magical shrimpy chili pepper thing. And I did it once on my own, and I kind of sucked at it because I didn't have a special kimchi fridge, and then they kind of buried it in the snow. That's the truth. There was no refrigerator back in the days. They buried the kimchi in the snow, and it just fermented, and it meant that they could have vegetables all through the winter months without, you know, growing vegetables and harvesting vegetables. That's the history of kimchi. Not that today is a blog about history of kimchi. Today is a blog about power of negotiation. And I bought the Landmark story to share with you because Landmark teaches you to have powerful relationships and powerful come here, dog. You need to come to me. I'm filming. Up up. Up up. Ready? Here's a trick. Don't share. Kids don't do that at home. So, I got a message yesterday. I was scrubbing her feet, and this poor lady, after the feet scrub, had very, very sore. She had fibroflammagenia, something that is, I can't remember the name, but it just meant she had a really tight neck and shoulder. And I get this message during this really intense treatment that my landlord said that my neighbor upstairs had complained. So a bit of a backstory. The neighbor had complained. I had bought this beauty trailer that you guys, if you're following the blog, you will see. And I now plan to do beauty therapy treatments with my 2 massage beds, 1 beige, 1 pink. The beige one's on its way. And go to all the nursing homes and go to prisons and go to, you know, festivals and stuff. And I also freelance, and I also take people on these trips because I have hyperactivity and I like to spread myself thin. I'm also trying to hit on this guy in Germany that is American, and I haven't seen him for like 5 years. And, you know, he just recently confessed his love. And he's just going through a really rough kind of patch at the moment with his baby mama. But I just love him and his family so much, and so does the dog. So I figured the best way to go spend some time with him in Bangkok is to do this business where I'm a beauty consultant and I fly people from wealthy countries to Thailand to get Botox and stuff. And that's actually a job. It's called a freelance blogger and a freelance beauty consultant and a kind of wellness tourism guide, all in one. So other than blogging with my daughter, I kind of do this where I try to get a little bit famous, get a bit of a following, and if people want to do these trips, I design these kind of 10 to 15 day trips where people can go and get, you know, work done and end up in the beaches first, then get some work done in Bangkok, and then travel north and ride some elephants and do some yoga, mantra, tantra retreat, because that tends to be my routes of what I think is fun to do when you're in Thailand. And I got this message, sorry, sidetrack, that's an ADHD treat. Hello, son. Oh, he's so cute. I really have to show you this. Sorry, distraction. Ready? Sunshine? Sunshine, look at the camera. Oh, so cute. I don't know if you got that because the sun was in my eye. So, I get this message that my landlord, that the tenant upstairs, sorry, I had tenants before, that's why I said my tenant. I used to have a 40-bedroom building. So my tenant complained that I was taking up 3 parking because my car that can tow is a CX-9 Mazda, and it had a broken gearbox. Probably because it had no gear oil in it, and no one freaking figured that out. And then I got this beauty trailer, and now I have to hire a ute to kind of tow it and all that stuff. But the guy upstairs, while I was dating the junkie truck driver who I've been blogging about, because now Women Legal Centre's on his case, I've got a Briggs Law on his case, I've got on my daughter's case, I've got another street law called Canberra Commuting Law who's on my social security case and getting housing for me, and I've got 3 lawyers magically within like a period of 3 months, 2 to 3 months, and 2 therapists and mental health nurses and all sorts of things to help me sort out my Asperger's and my ADHD and my schizotypal and all these things. And I get a message from him, being a very lonely guy, and I had discussed this with my landlord, saying that, look, you're taking up 3 trailers, there's been 3 parking spaces, you can sort it out peacefully, great. If not, it's not really fair for the other tenants. And I explained to him by a phone call, because I called another friend who is also a tenant and lives upstairs just above us, so he hears the dog barking all the time, and he told me that we'll just move the trailer to the corner that is no one parks at, number 1. Number 2, none of the 10 car parks has been used. Number 3, I know the guy who complained about the trailer space, and he asked me to sleep with him. So I'm going to read you the text, and you tell me if this is offensive. Oh, I can't read you the text because it's not here. So it says, I don't want you to get this the wrong way. I don't know how you're going to get it the right way, but I was wondering, if my roommate is away between the hours of 2 to 4 a.m., if you would come and have sex with me like a sex worker, because clearly I massage people and scrub feet and wax people's bikini lines, and clearly that means that I'm a sex worker, because that's a common misconception with beauty therapists or wellness therapists. And I said, you can do that French thing where you slap him in the face, or you tell the landlord to evict him, or you go to the police and get a restraining order. But all in all, I have this cute dog that you see, and I don't want to come home one day and the guy's pissed off and lights my dog on fire, because I leave a little gap in the window so the dog can breathe, and I don't want the dog to, be lit on fire. So I was really polite and diplomatic, and I said to him, I'm really sorry, thank you, I'm very flattered, but I have a boyfriend. At that time I had that junkie ice addict boyfriend, and obviously he wouldn't change my car tire, and he was unreliable, and my car broke down, and he helped me pick up a spare car from my brother's, but then he gave me a CD that's been cleared now, and it's just a really long hoo-ha dramatic story of my soap opera life. And so I negotiated him very peacefully, because I was I was online dating with this other guy in Sydney who's really cute in Borkham Hills with 2 kids, and I think he was kind of looking for an Asian nanny service, because he kind of always follows my blogs. And he was like, I'll call him. And I was like, what are you going to do? You're going to come kick his ass from Borkham Hills? First of all, don't make things worse. Second of all, don't call him. And third of all, what are you really going to do from Borkham Hills? Nothing but cause me trouble, and then I'll have a dog that's roasted because it's going to burn down my dog while I go to work for 10-12 hours a day. So I changed my strategy, and I said, I'm really flattered, you're great. I didn't mention that I'm not a sex worker, because that's just gonna think that I belittled his intelligence of deciphering what is a beauty therapist, what's a spa therapist, what is a beauty therapist student, what is a waxing specialist, what's a massage therapist, and what's the education level of education that I or someone in my field would have to have for them to be suddenly a sex worker. So I didn't belittle him. I just said, I'm really flattered. You are great. High horse. Hurrah, hurrah to the man. And I'm seeing someone, I'm sure you're going to make someone very, very happy and very, very lucky. And getting hit on your neighbor is not an uncommon thing, right? So now I tell the landlord, and he goes, I think the neighbor upstairs is great. Date him. Don't date the guy who's harassing you, and don't tell me, you can tell the police. And I was like, no, I don't want to have a roasted dog, but clearly I've lived with you, landlord, for 2 years, and there's not been a dog or a parking issue or a trailer issue. This has just been because this guy is feeling a little bit hurt and rejected since November last year. So that was the end of that kind of story, and I just wanted to share that with you in a blog and have my kimchi kind of bread roll and chicken lunch, because I'm broke. I'm trying to move things out of my storage because of the ex-ice addict truck driver DJ ex-partner, and I'm broke because I have to save up to hire this trailer for $400 to $600 and then pay some friends $40 an hour to help me move all that stuff next Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Again, another power of negotiation. But I just bring that up to your attention because now the blog is over 15 minutes, so I have to end it. But if you have young children, if you have dogs, you have loved ones, you really want to reconsider starting things the way you would when you're 24. When I'm 24, I would go slap the guy. I will call the landlord. I will call the police, and I would get him evicted. Sounds a little bipolar, right? Or schizotypal, or Asperger's, or ADHD. I'm not quite sure, but anyone who's neurodivergent would react like that, because why would you possibly take that if you are working as a non-sex worker for $38 to $45 an hour, and he just assumes for $200, which is, by the way, way below the going rate for sex workers. Sex workers charge $350 to $380, because I have a friend who in the parenting program who is a sex worker, and he'd think that I'd have sex with him for $200. Please, my dad drove for the king of Thailand, okay? He went to Duntrine Military College. He would just roll over in his grave, although he's actually in the sea because we scattered his ashes in the sea. He would roll over in his ash burial grave in the sea if he knew that I was going to even consider being a sex worker. And think of the financial and physical, emotional repercussion on your daughter, your dog, and your loved ones. So I just wanted to bring that up because that's a moment of growth in mindful parenting, because I'm parenting my dog and my daughter, and mindful living, and in mindful relationships. And the landlord, he's this nice old Chinese man. He just laughed. He's just like, I mean, he can ask, he just can't be rude about it. And obviously it's not about you being Asian, and it's not about you being, although it felt like a white man asking an Asian woman who is a massage therapist sounded very racist, but really he's just asking you as a man, a lonely man in fact. And you just have to look at it from a human perspective, that he's lonely, push his ego a little bit. He did help you do lots of nice things, but you don't want to date him because he's not your standard or whatever, and you like this guy in Germany. But that for another episode. So I'm going to enjoy my lunch. Like I said, it is a, oh gosh, you can't see, it is a chicken roll with some bread rolls and some chicken and some kimchi, and it's not really low carb, but it's something. So that's all, folks. Have a great day.